Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Scrappy Piano Teacher Podcast. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Jacqueline Rosick, but of course, you can call me Jackie. And today I'm going to do something a little bit different. We are going to have more of a conversation than more of me talking at you, making you feel like you have to drop what you're doing and put together systems and all the things. I just want to have a simple conversation because sometimes I think our lives feel really full and we're maybe a little tired. And if you are listening in real time, it is the middle of December. And most likely you are feeling like you're being pulled in 5 or more different directions at once. Because let's face it, we are doing many more things than just teaching. Because teaching does not happen in a vacuum. It happens in the real lives that we are living. And these lives that we are living are completely unpredictable. They are overwhelming, to say the least. They are beautiful, messy, full of responsibility. And sometimes we forget that we are human beings and that being a piano teacher does not cancel that out. So I want to talk a little bit about what happened a few days ago for me. Every year, a teacher group puts together a beautiful Christmas brunch, and it is a group of lovely, grounded, level-headed teachers who I respect. And we get together and we eat lots of food and we exchange some really fun gifts. I got a mug and some really nice cocoa and all kinds of fun little trinkets. But I think my favorite is I got a Circle of Fifths pin. And I've been so excited about this Circle of Fifths pin. I should have worn it today and put it on so you could see. So thank you, Ginger. I got her name in the Christmas exchange. So it was really, really, really fun because we get to sit together and catch up. And, we do talk a lot about teaching and we do talk a lot about our association and things that are coming up. But we did have a little bit of an unexpected turn where it just seemed like a lot of us had some heavy stuff going on, like nothing super dramatic and nothing really too crazy from one another, but the real life of where we are. And there was one teacher who shared that one of her teens had clogged the toilet upstairs and it had overflowed. And it sounds, if I'm remembering correctly, that nobody really knew until water started dripping underneath into her studio onto her upright piano. Now, I've never been in this teacher space, but it sounds to me like she actually has a couple of pianos in there. Like she definitely has at least an upright and a grand, and she does rehearsals for collaborative performances for all over Cincinnati. It's not just a teaching studio. So, it would be a nightmare to have that happen in a regular teaching space, but to have something happen like that in like a legit rehearsal space for very large events that are going to be going on would be kind of a nightmare. And she even said that that's how she noticed. She was playing and suddenly water started dripping on her shoulder. Again, not something that you plan, but there she is living this amidst running a studio, having collaborative performances coming up, needing to bring some food to a teacher group brunch. That's pressure in itself. Another teacher was pretty honest about how she felt really overwhelmed, and it had nothing to do with being a teacher, just being a mom at this time of year. She was really funny. She was like, last Christmas Eve, I was like, I'm never doing this again. We're going on vacation and we're not even doing presents, and it was one of those things where we were all nodding. We get it. We get it. It's a lot right now. We're being humans right now. And as these stories were surfacing and everybody was kind of sharing, we were all sharing about raising teenagers, about holiday pressure, recital pressure, the stress about life, and the teaching never seems to take turns because we are the ones running our studios. And so everything just kind of piles on top of one another. And I think it was really nice for everyone to get a moment to take a breath and understand that we all had this collective feeling of, oh, it's not just me. Everyone here is carrying something. Not that we want everybody to be carrying something, but sometimes, misery does love company. Right? Not only that, but that same morning, I woke up with this horrible migraine. I am not a headache person. So those of you who have migraines on the regular, I don't know how you live your life. I really don't, because even when I get like a little baby headache, I am, a baby. And so that morning, I actually woke up with a legit migraine. It totally knocked me sideways. I was like, there's no way I can do this brunch. And let me throw in that I had a recital that evening as well. I mean, it was horrible. And the only way that I even made it to the brunch was I happened to have some anti-nausea meds set aside and I was determined to go. So I wasn't very cute, that's for sure, but I showed up and I actually felt better. It was nice. It was like being with people helped me forget how horrible I was feeling. And then after I left, I actually went and got an IV for migraines because I thought, how on earth am I going to make it through the recital tonight? But the show must go on. And fortunately, my daughter, who is 22 and has been coming to recitals to help me pretty much her whole life, said, you know what, Mom, I will come, I will help you. And my youngest son was there, who is 14, and then my husband, and they stepped in and they pretty much did everything. Like I did nothing. I just kind of chilled. I took it very, very easy. They moved the piano, they set up the treats, they organized everything, they picked up the programs, they drove. I mean, seriously, this entire event was held together by my family. Normally, this is something that I do all by myself, and I don't mind doing it by myself. I'm a piano teacher. This is what I do, right? It's my job. And I'm weird about accepting help. But that night, I just couldn't do it. All I had to do was stand up and talk to the audience, and I was able to push through. And they had no idea. It was lovely. It was a lovely, lovely recital. And most importantly, my students were amazing. So, yay, guys. Good job. Proud of you. But listen, these stories that I'm sharing, this is something that we could all go around and share with on the daily. This is an example of just a 12-hour experience that I had of migraine, stressed out teachers that were all there for one another, and a recital. But it doesn't just narrow down and stay with December or the holidays, because you might have a really easy December and everything might go wonderfully for you, but then maybe your January is super stressful and something happens, because we don't get to step out of our lives. We teach while we're dealing with parenting. We teach while we are managing our health. We teach while we are maybe helping with family members' health. We teach while handling unexpected home disasters. I better follow up with that poor teacher and find out if her pianos are okay and if her daughter's okay, because I don't know if my daughter would be okay. That kind of thing happened to me. But what I'm trying to say is that we teach while carrying a lot of emotional weight and a lot of emotional baggage. And sometimes we teach through seasons that we're so stretched thin, and it's literally about surviving. And yet we are such perfectionists that we often think that we have to handle all of this without showing any cracks. We think that all these other teachers are doing it so much better than we are. We think that asking for help somehow means that we are not capable. We think that if we get overwhelmed, then we're falling behind. And the truth is that everyone is carrying something and everyone is just simply doing the best that they can. We all deserve some grace, and we all deserve to give ourselves some grace. Teaching while human means you cannot be perfect. You're not going to be perfect. You're going to make mistakes. Things are going to fall behind. You can get all the systems set up. You can have everything as organized as possible, but it's just going to happen. And that's okay. You're not alone, not even a little bit. I promise you. So here is one question that I think you can carry with you into whatever season you're in, and in whatever season of the year that you might be listening to this in. And that is, what part of your real life has been weighing on you while you teach? Is there something that's kind of hanging over your head while you're trying to get through lessons, while you're trying to focus on your students, while you're trying to plan ahead? And I'm not asking you this so that I can give you an answer. I'm not asking you this so that you can go fix it and for you to go solve it, but more to simply notice it. Because when you notice it, you stop blaming yourself for being tired or distracted or stretched. You just remember that you are human and you have stuff going on. And you remember that being human does not disqualify you from being a good teacher. If anything, it makes you a more compassionate one, because we are in the business of being compassionate human beings, because compassionate human beings make amazing musicians. So wherever you are today, whatever you are carrying, I hope that you feel seen. I hope that you know that you are not alone. And I hope that you let yourself rest when you need to. I hope that you accept help when it shows up, even if you're not used to doing that, even if maybe the way that you do it is the better way, right? Anybody else reorganize the ornaments on their tree like I do? After my family helps me, I might sneak in, move the ornaments to where they should go. You are teaching well, human. And that is enough. Listen, this episode is coming out on December 8th of 2025. And on Friday, December 12th, we will be having a Scrappy Circle, which is a free teacher meetup. I don't even know what we're talking about yet. I have a few people who have sent in questions or topics that they want to talk about. And it's going to be kind of just a hangout, where everybody just shows up. And I hope that you bring your favorite beverage. And we will just kind of open the conversation up to a few topics. And if you just want to sit and watch and observe, you can talk to us in the chat. You can unmute yourself and talk, or you can just sit there and watch and enjoy. But if you are feeling alone, if you're feeling overwhelmed, this is an example of something where you can go and you can see that you are not alone and you're doing a great job. And I think you guys are wonderful and amazing. I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for the listeners and the support and the emails and everything you guys have offered, because it has been such an encouragement to me. Because podcasting, I will tell you, on a personal level, we don't really know. We just kind of write and then we share it with the world, and we hope that everybody doesn't think that we're totally silly. Okay, confession. I have a really bad problem of caring if people think that I'm silly, but it does give me anxiety every now and then. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for showing up. If you need further support, please feel free to reach out. I am at Jaclyn, Jaclyn, at scrappypianoteacher.com. You can always visit my site under resources at www.scrappypianoteacher.com. Under resources, there is the December Piano Party Pack, which I have been getting great feedback on. I'm so happy that it has been helpful to a lot of you. I also have the winter workshop coming up in January, where when we are thinking about systems and all that fun stuff, we can all work together on conquering the burnout before it even begins. Hopefully. That's my goal anyway. So we're going to see how it goes. Thanks so much for being here. I appreciate you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.